All right, folks, welcome back to the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Fly Racing. It's time to go main event racing in Santa Clara. Round 15, live on Star Systems TV. My name is Kellen Brauer. Want to give a quick thank you again to Bronson Gasparian and Chase Donovan for coming in to join the broadcast tonight in the semis and last chance qualifiers. Give you guys a quick rundown of who is in tonight's 250 main event West action in Santa Clara. We've got Clay Alfrey, Dominic Tiberino, Riley Goodfellow, Ryan Burke, Daniel Mills, Daniel Batchelot, Sammy Holt, Thomas Wilcox, Robert Wilson, Sheldon Litwiller, Matt Burkeen, Chase Donovan, Nick Uzick, Ryan Kessler, Connor Peavy, Dade Honeywell, Ty Brakefield, Robert Nash, Riley Moran, Craig Leake, John Rollins, and Dominic Saulnier make up the 22-man field going for 15 laps. 2 rounds left in the championship. We've only got 16 points separated between Dade Honeywell and Matt Burkeen. Who's going to take the win tonight as we are set to go racing in Santa Clara? Whoa, some contact. Wilcox gets pinched, and Clay Alfrey comes out with the hole shot. D. Mills right there in second, but it's Alfrey leading the way early. Oh, and look at this. Burkeen gets jumped past by a Honeywell. Honeywell goes down. Mills messed up the corner. So Alfrey leads the race from Burkeen. Burkeen needs to get up front and get away as fast as he can. He's got 16 points to make up in 2 rounds, and with Honeywell down early, he can make up a lot of points here tonight. Leake, Mills, Burke, Litwiller, Batchelot, Uzick, Wilson, and then Honeywell comes through, but he lands on Wilson and goes down. More riders piling in on him. Oh, a couple of them able to get through on the inside. Honeywell is still down with all these guys, though, and he's kind of stuck with the 609 of Sammy Holt. He is all the way back, well back in about 17th right now, as Burkeen looks like he may have taken the race lead away. Nope, Alfrey's still leading. He has a pretty good lead now. I just saw Burkeen going by on the other side of the track. He looked all by himself. But that's because Clay Alfrey pulling out a pretty good gap already. So Alfrey actually the number 29 ride, but running the 44 split fire bike. Burkeen runs second, then Leake third, Mills fourth, Litwiller, Burke. Rollins was down at the end of the whoops. Batchelot got by. So did somebody else that I didn't quite get the name of. Nick Uzick, Ty Brakefield, Connor Peavy all get by. Rollins going to jump past Peavy, though. Well, maybe not, side by side. And then somewhere amongst this group is the red plate of Honeywell. There he is. Oh, my goodness. Somehow, some way, did not go down right there. We got another rider down here at the end of the rhythm section. That's Rollins down again. So Honeywell's moved up to 12th. Going for the inside on Connor Peavy. Oh, we got Ivan Medina. Or no, that's Daniel Batchelot. My apologies. That was down. And another rider off the track, Brakefield, so Honeywell's moved up to 10th. Oh, and Burkeen has taken over the race lead. So right now, as they run, Burkeen would pick up 25 points with a victory. Honeywell, who sits in 10th, would pick up 11 points. So that would be a 14-point difference, and it would be only 2 points heading into Las Vegas. But I don't think Honeywell is going to be done passing people yet, as he's already up onto the back of Dominic Tiberino for 9th. To the inside, gets the move done. Tiberino wisely backs off and doesn't force the issue, but he's still battling with him. And Honeywell going to pick up another spot as Nick Uzick was down. We're only on lap 4, and he's clawed his way from 17th to 8th in 4 laps. Next up would be Craig Leake. And then Ryan Burke as Leake jumps off the track, and Honeywell gets into the back of him. Tiberino has to ride over him. Usyk ran into him. So he just lost one spot. And then more riders are down up here. Honeywell gets into them. That would be Litwiller and Ryan Burke. And he loses spots to all of them. Honeywell to the inside of Litwiller, gets into Ryan Burke and puts him down. Honeywell taking no prisoners. To the inside of Nick Usyk. Usyk maybe a little better line, but he goes invis and is going to lose the spot. So a reset of the order here on lap number 5. We are about to be a third of the way done of this main event, as Burkeen is going to click off lap number 5 onto lap 6. Number 18 machine of Matt Burkeen is leading the race over Clay Alfrey, Splitfire KTM rider. And Daniel Mills running a very strong third. Haven't talked about him much. Craig Leake is in 4th, and now Tiberino under pressure from Honeywell for 5th. This would cut the points differential down to 7 if Honeywell can make the pass. P5 would put him on 16 versus Burkeen's 25. That is a 9-point difference. 16 minus 9 is 7 points going into Vegas. So Honeywell trying to pick up another spot. Honeywell cuts back underneath. Tiberino whips it. Honeywell almost ran into the back of him. Now Honeywell's not going to wait any longer as he dives to the inside and makes a move. Next on his list would be Craig Leake. And D Mills still running a strong third. Alfrey pretty far ahead of him. And Burkeen has really stretched out his lead now. Go back, take a look further in the pack, see what's going on. So right now, Riley Moran holds down the last spot running, 22nd. Donovan, 21st. Goodfellow is in 20th. Saulnier, 19th. Connor Peavy, 18th. Sammy Holt, 17th. Robert Wilson in 16th. Daniel Batchelor, 15th. Ty Brakefield in 14th. Ryan Burke, 13th. Robert Nash is 12th. Wilcox is 11th, and he runs into Litwiller, who was 10th. Usyk in 9th. Rollins in 8th. Or now 7th, rather, as he got around Kessler. Mills has slipped back to 6th. Tiberino in 5th. Honeywell all the way up to 4th. Onto the back of Craig Leake, who is in 3rd. So we got a battle for 3rd on our hands. Honeywell again trying to force his way to the inside after the finish. A good move, and Leake able to get the drive down, but Honeywell just a little bit better on the throttle, makes the move and makes it stick. Alfrey was actually down at the end of the rhythm on the other way. So Honeywell still has a little ways to go to get to Alfrey, but it is possible. And to give you an idea of the points gap as they run right now, 11 would be the points gap heading into Vegas. Honeywell over Burkeen. Could change even more though, as Alfrey's still all over the place. Burkeen just continues to stretch that lead out on lap number 9. Not a whole lot really going on right now. Oh, Alfrey was down after the whoop section, so Honeywell got the spot. Looks like lappers ended up killing Alfrey there. Oh, Honeywell into a lapper, and fortunately just missed the rear tire of Monty Wilson, who was coming in there after tripling. So Alfrey's gonna have to try to remount a charge to go get Honeywell, nailing the quad here in the middle of the rhythm section. Man, Burkeen is really tearing it up right now. Has 5 laps to go as he clicks off lap number 10 onto lap number 11. Look at how far back Honeywell is, though. More than half the track behind. Ooh, Alfred actually looked like maybe gotten the spot back on Honeywell. Lost it, though. Tiberino really hanging tough. Craig Leak, Daniel Mills, Ryan Kessler. So Kessler, who runs in the 7th position, is a lap down now. So that's just to give you an idea how big Burkeen's lead. We're on lap 11, and position number 7 is a lap down. And here goes position 6, Craig Leak, a lap down as Burkeen quads over him. Daniel Mills, a little mistake. It's a lot of lap traffic right behind him, but nobody battling him directly for position. That number 5 ride. Honeywell, Alfred, Tiberino, the battle here. Robert Nash mixed amongst them, but is a lap down. And Tiberino gets a move done on Alfred. So he's into the final podium spot now. Burkeen really tearing it up. If he would have had a little bit better beginning of the season, I think he's probably kicking himself now. So here's 4th place, Clay Alfrey, and look at that right behind him there, the 18 ride of Matt Burkeen. So after, or if Alfrey goes the lap down, I should say, not after, only the podium positions would be left on the lead lap of the race. That's just how much Burkeen has dominated this race tonight. Alfrey looks like he's trying to avoid going a lap down. Oh, Tiberino and Honeywell both go down together. Alfrey is nowhere near close enough, but Tiberino's going to get up first and move into 2nd, so that switches the points around a little bit more as Honeywell makes another mistake. Interestingly enough, here's Alfrey, who's suddenly right back in the mix for this, but Burkeen sitting right behind these guys. He's could lap the entire field at this point. Oh, Alfrey had the move done, but Wilson was down in front of him, and Alfrey is now stuck in Wilson and almost cut the track. In fact, does end up cutting the track to get around him. Honeywell about to have the blue board. In fact, probably does have the blue board out for race leader Matt Burkeen. Honeywell's in 3rd. That is unbelievable how far out in front Matt Burkeen really is, because look at this. So here's 2nd, here's 3rd, and there's Burkeen entering the same section but in the race lead. Yeah, you could say he's checked out a little bit. Battle for 2nd on our hands. Honeywell to the inside gets a move on Tiberino. So these guys have been going at it the entire race, it seems like. It's going to be white flag next time by for Burkeen, who has a 49-second lead on Honeywell. And the white flag is in the air. This battle for 2nd place is the one to watch. This is the difference between it being a 13-point gap heading to Vegas or an 11-point gap, depending on if Tiberino gets by Honeywell or not. Honeywell looks like he's really turned it on, though, riding very smooth. Turns out these guys will not end up getting lapped by Matt Burkeen. But he did lap everybody else. He lapped all the way up to 4th. Didn't lead the whole main, but it sure as heck seemed like it as he comes down to pick up his 2nd career victory. Matt Burkeen is your winner in the 250 main event here at Santa Clara. He almost lapped Dade Honeywell, which you would think meant that a big points night. But nope, Honeywell sits in second place. Oh, but Honeywell, he's down. That's going to be the spot for Tiberino. So just like that, flip-flopped again. It's going to be 11 points going into Vegas 2 weeks from now. So Tiberino just has to bring this thing home. Honeywell ends up losing that spot right at the end, and Tiberino does end up finishing in second. So Honeywell will hold an 11-point lead going into the final round at Las Vegas. Still ends up on the podium tonight. Cuts are in. Nothing affected. Up. Actually, it looks like Daniel Mills lost 2 spots to John Rollins and Thomas Wilcox for cutting the track. So that might be because of those guys cutting that bail right before the final corner. Either way, ridiculous main event win for Matt Burkeen. And yeah, like I said, 11 points between those two headed into Vegas. And from that, we switch on to the other championship battle, which still has 3 rounds remaining. Only one split in between that the West Coast will not do is East Rutherford next week. But we are going to watch this battle between Hunter Root and Jeremy Smith. 13 points is the gap. After 14 rounds of racing. And we'll give you guys a quick rundown of tonight's runners in the main event. All right, we've got Brady Stanley, Jeremy Schiabro, Brandon Berg, Tony Spinelli, Spencer Turley, Cody Darr, Stephen Barrington, Jeremy Seabolt, Nathan Barnes, August Sanders, Chase Blakely, Hunter Root, Carson Tickle, Michael Gonzalez, Tyler Lewis, Jeremy Shipley, Jack Haley, Tyson Fresquez, Devin Davis, Samuel Bergeron, Jeremy Smith, and Benny Landry. 22 riders for 20 laps tonight in Santa Clara. Again, thanks for joining us here on Star Your Systems TV live, or if you're watching the broadcast back on YouTube later. Greatly appreciated that you guys watch the coverage. Hopefully this stuff is enjoyable enough for you guys. So last week's winner, Tyson Fresquez, 19th career win, further extending his record win column. Second place on that list is the 17 wins of Brian Haskell, 2-time Supercross champion from 2010 and 2011. But here we go, 20 laps. We'll take a look at Hunter Root and see what kind of start he gets. It's time to go 450 racing in Santa Clara, main event time. Root gets pinched. Smith gets to the corner first, but again, it's Brady Stanley that puts him off the track. Cannot seem to find a way to avoid getting hit by Stanley. Smith has got 2 hole shots tonight taken away from him because Brady's lag. So Jeremy Shipley unofficially gets the hole shot with Jeremy Schiabro in second. So this is probably the best opportunity for Jeremy Shipley to win a race this year. It would be his first race win since 2013. And Schiabro backflips the triple. Not sure if that was intentional or... Well, obviously it's intentional, but if he's just doing that for fun or if he planned on doing that. Hunter Root is in third. And now in second is Schiabro. Totally made a mess of that rhythm section. Jack Haley sitting right behind Hunter Root. Pretty bummed that Smith got taken down again. Would have liked to see a good battle between these two. But Smith meandering down pretty far back already. Fresquez, last week's winner, currently runs in 9th. We're waiting to see Jeremy Smith down in 14th. So Root, with a win tonight, could theoretically stretch it out over 25 points. And that is the gap that he would need to have after next week's round at East Rutherford to lock up the title this year. Jack Haley really making a bid of getting by him, though, is pushing it. While Jeremy Shipley continues to lead, it's a system decal sandwich of Hunter Root. Shipley leads lap 2. Root second, Haley third, and then Schiabro is in fourth. Devin Davis very strong early on in fifth. August Sanders sixth, Michael Gonzalez seventh. Chase Blakely is 8th. Jeremy Siebold is 9th. Fresca has a slip back to 10th. Turley is 11th. Tickle and Jeremy Smith disputing 12th. And that spot will go to Jeremy Smith. Oh, I don't know how Carson Tickle and Brandon Berg didn't just make contact right there as they crisscrossed down the start straight. Looked a lot closer on my screen than probably was, though. So Root trying to close in and take the lead away from Jeremy Shipley, who so far has run a very smooth race. In fact, let's go on board with Hunter Root. 51s is the status quo right now versus a 52.3 for Shipley last time by, a 51.8 for Root. Let's go on board for a lap here with Root and see what he can do to eat away at that gap. Oh, riders down. And I believe, yeah, one of them was Jeremy Shipley, so there's the pass for the race lead. Hunter Root into the lead. Jack Haley has slipped into second, and Shipley all the way back to third, so it looks like lappers cost Shipley as he was down with a group of them. Devin Davis all the way up to fourth. As I said earlier in the program, was very vocal about disliking the track this week. But so far, suiting him well. I believe this would be his career best in the 450 class, a fourth. August Sanders battling with Michael Gonzalez over fifth. Gonzalez to the inside shows him a wheel, but Sanders is going to power out of the corner, stay in front of him. Jeremy Siebold, Chase Blakely, and Jeremy Smith battling. This is for 8th, and Smith, wow, I don't know what happened. Blakely looked like he just let him go mid-straightaway. But Smith now slots into 8th. Fresca's behind these guys. And Smith is going to pick up another spot as Siebold was down. Oh, Fresca jumps onto the back of Siebold as he just got going. So they're both down. Siebold losing tons of spots from where he was. More riders jumping into this corner. So Smith now up to 7th. Sanders just going over the line in front of him here would be his next possible target. And Gonzalez up in 5th. Might be a career best for Michael Gonzalez. 03 warrior right here. See him a lot in the regular Elsinore servers. He's got Jeremy Shipley right in front of him. Devin Davis all the way up onto the podium. Jack Haley's down at the end of the rhythm, so Davis could even close up more at this point. See Haley going the other way on that 54 machine. Davis has Nathan Barnes on his inside. But Root continues to lead the way. Just looking to further extend that points lead that he already has. Haley, then Davis, who still seems to be intertwined with Nathan Barnes, who's a lap down. Shipley comes through. And Michael Gonzalez with August Sanders, and then Jeremy Smith. So there's an idea of the gaps between everybody. So Gonzalez trying to hold off August Sanders. Meanwhile, Shipley was down. So Davis has more breathing room from that. Haley going the other way. Root So it looks like the best battle is Sanders as he gets passed by Jeremy Smith for 6th. Wow, Smith goes inside and is still able to double-double. It looks like going outside triple-single is the faster line. At least it's what I was doing in today's European Supercross race. So Smith trying to go after Michael Gonzalez now for 5th. Devin Davis has drifted back to 4th, which puts Shipley back up on the podium for now. Jack Haley amongst some lap traffic, and Hunter Root continues to pull away on to lap number 9. Just about halfway, not quite there yet. Good runs from the system decal duo, Jack Haley and Jeremy Shipley. And we got Devin Davis, who nails that triple single that I was talking about. Michael Gonzalez, and here comes Jeremy Smith. August Sanders is still lurking back there too. Smith with a really good drive. Thought about going inside of Gonzalez and then checked up, and then Gonzalez checked up because Barrington was down. It caused Sanders to go down, and now Smith is collected and down off the bike. So all that time that Smith gained, just lost it all as Gonzalez checked up really hard to avoid getting into Barrington. I don't think Smith saw that Barrington was down in the corner. So now Smith has to go and get Sanders again. They both just avoided a downed rider. And Smith down but not off the bike. Jack Haley gonna lose the final spot to Devin Davis on the podium as they get together. Haley goes down, puts Shipley back up into 2nd. Just like the race in the 250 class, Root really establishing quite a big lead here. In fact, just to give you an idea, he's already lapped up to wherever Benny Landry is. See Root right in front of him. Landry is in 9th. So P9 already a lap down here on lap 10. Looks like Smith has gotten back by August Sanders. Now Jack Haley disputing 5th place with Michael Gonzalez. Or rather, 4th place. Jack Haley is in 5th place. Gets the triple in, Gonzalez does not. Let's see which one of these lines works out better. Oh, Haley nails the quad at the end. That really helps out, and he's going to get the spot into 4th place for Jack Haley. Gonzalez, panic rev, saved him from going over the bars. Here comes Jeremy Smith, and he is going to get the spot on Michael Gonzalez. No, he goes over the bars and loses the spot to Sanders instead. And look at this. This might be pretty symbolic. I'm pretty sure the next guy, yep, there he is, Hunter Root. Just like a week ago, is going to put Jeremy Smith a lap down here in a few laps. But unlike last week, Hunter Root is leading the race, whereas Tyson Fresquez was your race leader last time. Root was in 2nd, but Smith watching this championship slip away from him. He had it going for him tonight, though. Looked comfortable on the track. A good start in the main. Again, Brady's lag, though. Ultimately, a pretty negative effect on him. So if Root can get up to Jeremy Smith, that would put 7th place a lap down. Already has 8th a lap down. Shipley comfortably in 2nd. Devin Davis looking at what I believe is his first career podium. Same goes for Jack Haley. Then Gonzalez back here in 5th with Sanders still breathing down his neck. Gonzalez a little out of shape, and then Sanders does the exact same thing. Can't tell if that was because they were trying to avoid Barrington or not, but here comes Jeremy Smith again. Now he's right onto the back of Gonzalez and Sanders. Gonzalez makes a mistake. Sanders goes down and collects Jeremy Smith, and they're all 3 down, so there goes Hunter Root. 5th place a lap down. And meanwhile, Tyson Fresquez just slotted himself into 5th place. So Fresquez picks up 3 spots because Sanders jumped onto the back of Michael Gonzalez and took 3 riders down. Fresquez in P5 on the back of his teammate Hunter Root, whom he beat last week in the main event. Jack Haley jumping to the outside of Spencer Turley, somehow just squeaked by that gap. Trying to run down Devin Davis for the final podium spot. Davis not going to get any luck with lappers, that's for sure. Not one of the most liked players in MX Simulator, and Brady Stanley, one of those guys that would probably get in his way. Shipley all alone in second, though. Root pretty much just dragging Fresquez with him at this point. And now Fresquez might actually get by him. Look at that. Root had a little problem with Cody Dar. So Fresquez unable to unlap himself. Shipley was down. Davis, a mistake. Here comes Jack Haley. Gets a better drive, almost ran into him. Saves it and gets the pass done. Beautiful pass by Jack Haley. But Davis gonna try to get him back. Nope, triples into the corner, but decides not to jam it to the inside. Battle for third on your screen. The 54 of Jack Haley versus the 24 of Devin Davis. Side by side, and Haley goes down, so Davis back into the podium spot. Looks like Tyson Fresquez might close up to get into fourth here as Haley is just getting going. And you pan back here to Fresquez, triple singling for the line. As I said, I might be a little biased, but that triple single was working really well for me earlier today, and it seems like it's faster if you just take the time to go outside a little bit further. Devin Davis suddenly right back in front of Jack Haley, so Fresquez could get onto the podium if these guys collect. Oh, and there's riders down, and Fresquez jumps onto Jack Haley and takes them both down. So actually, this is going to help Jeremy Smith a ton as he just picks off 2 spots and has Devin Davis right in front of him in third. Shipley probably too far gone for Smith to get to at this point. We got Smith and Fresquez here, 4th and 5th. And then Root back there in the background, a lap ahead of them, of course, because he's the race leader. Look at Fresquez, good line before the finish, closes right up on Smith. Is he going to try an inside move? Look at that, dives to the inside, shows him a wheel block pass. Got it done. Smith loses a spot. Fresquez into P4, and they've got Devin Davis right in front of him. Another rider down on the triple. Davis, oh, so close right there with a lapper. Not sure who that is, but look at how close Fresquez and Smith are. They are there. They are lurking. Devin makes a mistake. Fresquez to the inside, gets the spot. Now Smith is going to get it as well. They double team him and both get by. Now Smith is going to go just like that into third. It looks like no, Spencer Turley in the way. So Fresquez is going to hang on to the spot as Davis looks like he may have gone down in that mix. So Jack Haley onto the back of him. Man, Fresquez and Jeremy Smith have really freight trained their way up to the front. Particularly Fresquez, who actually got passed by Smith early in the race, now on the podium. They have got a long way to go to get to Jeremy Smith, or Jeremy Shipley rather. 3 laps left to go for Root. If they were to finish as they run right now with Jeremy Smith running in 4th, that would be a 7-point differential between the two, extending the gap out to 20 points heading into East Rutherford next week. So I believe if Root wins next week and Jeremy Smith finishes 3rd or worse, the title would be his. That's all depending on if they continue to finish in these positions. Of course, Smith could go get Fresquez. He's still right in front of him. They've dropped Jack Haley and Devin Davis. Battle for 3rd is on, though. Smith definitely wants to get by him, that's for sure. Oh, Brady Stanley just got going in front of these guys. Fortunately, jumps off the track, and Smith got into a lapped rider that was down. No fault of the lapper, but it cost him a spot as Haley goes by. Turley jumps onto Smith, so Devin Davis going to get by. So Root, Shipley, Fresquez, Haley, Davis, and now Jeremy Smith gets going just like that. Had an opportunity to close in and get third. He drops all the way back to sixth. That'll extend that gap out to 23 points. Oh, slides out and is down after the finish, so Gonzalez might get him. In fact, it looks like Gonzalez will get him. Nope. Smith just got going. Well, look at him wheeling down the straightaway. He is probably furious with himself as Haley goes down. Oh, they got more riders going down. Root trying to sneak through, lands on him. Davis is just going to get by Jack Haley. Whoa, Shipley down in second. Has a lot of time on Fresquez, though, as Root is trying to survive at this point. Jack Haley went down again, so Devin Davis solidifies himself in fourth as Root will have put Haley a lap down and not lap Devin Davis, so that's going to be a solid fourth place finish at least for Devin Davis, but it's going to be a win for Hunter Root as he wins the Supercross tonight in Santa Clara, further extending his points lead. We'll have to see where Jeremy Smith ends up. Shipley gonna pick up a solid second. Smith comes home in sixth, so as I said, that points gap now out to 23 points heading into East Rutherford, which means that a win for Hunter Root, no matter where Smith finishes, is the title next week. Shipley comes home second. Fresquez Magic Manning his way in the rhythm section. Looks like he's going to get third. Davis trying to close up. Final rhythm section. Davis really on a tear here. Oh, but he slides out, so Fresquez comes through on the podium. Davis a solid fourth. Cuts are in. Oh, Smith ends up in fifth as Gonzalez had cuts, so that gap 22 points rather, but still same scenario. Root win next week solidifies the championship no matter what. Either way, fabulous racing tonight. Congrats on another win to Hunter Root. And again, thanks for tuning in to the 2015 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Fly Racing live on Sirius Systems TV. Check up the broadcasts on YouTube here in just a few moments as I will upload them quickly. And we will see you guys next week in East Rutherford. But for now, we will see you guys then.